Hello everybody. Today is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. And today I am taking a walk with my dogs and doing some dog thoughts while I'm on vacation in New York, enjoying some time in the country. Woohoo! And we're doing some dog walking time out in my parents' or my in-laws' awesome field that they have out here. So I thought I would video the dogs and give you thoughts while I do it. Not necessarily thoughts for them, just thoughts like in general, but you never know what will come up. So this is their, I think this is their third outing today. Good job, Faithful. Doing some food. I'm gonna correct this right here. For eating the poop. So that's, if you've seen my other videos, that's a phantom correction. So the dogs are on e-collars, they're trained on the e-collars, they know what it means. My usual disclaimer, don't grab an e-collar and slap it on your dog as a silver bullet that you think will fix everything, because it won't. It'll just make issues. But if they know what it is, it's awesome. What are you doing? Yeah, there's poop right there. Don't do it. Let's go. Good. So, at any rate, phantom corrections, that's where I correct and I don't say anything. So the dog learns that whatever they were doing, sniffing, eating, trying to eat, is not acceptable and will get corrected. So, right now I'm watching Faithful because there's deer poop on this mound. Good girl. Hi, baby. What you doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a nice girl. I'm going to take this little soggy route down here. I think. So Faithful's ready to play. And I'm looking to see if she's going to start munching on deer poop. She's going to play with Titus. We're going to have some playtime. On me over. Whoa! You almost knocked me over. Faithful likes to go for the ears and the feet. She's having some playtime. This is actually really good for Titus because he's more of a reactive dog. So for him to be able to play and then back off and then play and back off is really good, which you'll kind of see if he ends up chasing. Shake it off. You all done? Good job, good play. All right, let's keep it moving. But that's good for him, that he can play and then pause, play and pause, because that was his issue, was he was just 1,000 miles an hour out of the gate and would get himself in trouble. Plus him and Faithful, they've lived together for several months now, so they got it. This is what's cool about being in the country. You drink out of a running stream. It's kind of nice. Yeah. Good stuff, huh? Mm-mm. So, like I was saying before, this is their third outing today. So let's talk about exercising your dogs. It's important. You should exercise your dogs several times a day. If you can't, exercise them as best you can before you leave for work, and know in your head that when you show up at home from work, your dog's gonna be ready to go. So you need to make it a priority to make sure that they're exercised. And that doesn't have to be 10-mile walks. I'm utilizing making sure she's not going for poop, so I'm watching. I think Titus found some over there. So it doesn't have to be 10-mile walks. I'm utilizing the fact that my dogs are trained on the e-collar and all this land to let them just romp around and have fun and get their wiggles out. But if that's not your setup, that's okay. Just get creative with how you want to exercise your dogs. You can use things like a flirt pole, which is kind of like, think of like a fishing pole with a toy attached to the end of it, and you just allow them to chase the toy on the end, and when they go to want to bite it, then you kind of like take it out of the way at the last minute. So you're basically just letting them like chase this toy, and it's kind of cool. You can Google flirt pole videos and kind of see how it's done. So that's an option. Oh, Titus is moving. Good job. Atta boy, buddy. That's a good boy. Who's my big man? You gonna say hi to the people? Say hi to the people. Oh, that's a good boy. Look at the face. Look at that face. All right, let's go. You big clown. So the flirt pole is an option. This is an option if your dogs are at that level. If they're not, that's okay. Get yourself a 30-foot long line off Amazon. Take them out. I'm talking in this context. Like if you're one of those people that has a good amount of land, take them out with a 30-foot long line and walk them on the long line. Let them get their wiggles out. I have made a video on how to do it. It's a really simple but awesome technique that allows your dog to get their wiggles out, and you don't have to walk 10 miles to do it. And it also teaches leadership at the same time. So there is a way to do it, but that's another option. If your dog is learning how to heel, if you're in that process, take them out and you can work them that way. Give them a job to do with their mind for a long, a good period of time. I actually see it when I work with dogs and do heel training. You'll actually see them start to pant and get tired, and all they're doing is walking around in heel, but they're learning how to do it. So it's a lot of thinking on their part. So that's another option. Another option, if your dog is good, if you have like a dog that gets along well with maybe a friend's dog who's also well behaved, you know, you can give him some playtime. That's also good. So you have lots of options. What you don't want to do is stick your dog out in the backyard. Come on guys, we're going to do another lap. What you don't want to do is stick your dog out in the backyard and hope that they get wiggles on their own. Because in one sense, they will, but it's normally through things that you won't like excessive barking, running back and forth along the fence, chewing up things that they shouldn't be chewing up on, things like that. So we don't want to do that. We want to give them some kind of structured playtime, exercise time. Even this is structured in that. Come on guys, come on faithful. They have to stay with me. So even though Titus is like, this sucks, I don't want to do another lap. Huh? Yeah. And Faithful found a ball she's playing with. But even this is structured in the sense of, you got to stay with me. You can't eat things you're not supposed to eat. You can't run away after a deer or something. And all that's communicated with my e-collar remote. So it's still structured in that way. Right guys? How we doing? Good job. So exercise is just a big point of taking care of your dog. Just similar fashion. If we as human beings don't exercise, we have problems, right? We have health problems, we have a litany of things can come just because we don't exercise. So we're just doing the same thing with our pooches, right? All right, Oda Faithful, that's a good girl. Say hi to the people. There it is. Oh yeah. So that's exercise. Once your dog learns how to heel, which I would encourage your dog to learn, one, so that they learn how to walk nicely on a leash. And heel is really helpful just when you're like out in crowds and stuff. Some people think their dog has to heel like right at their side like all the time. And that's just not the case. Got my eye on you, buddy. He's the poo eater, so you know, watch this guy. Huh? Yeah. So heel is good for walking in crowds, stuff like that, where the dog needs to be next to you, but it's not something that they just like naturally want to do, right? Dogs naturally want to do this. They want to run around. They want to have lots of room to travel together as a pack. So, but teaching them to heel is super helpful because it teaches them to use their mind, and it gives them a really helpful command that you can use out and about in your travels. And once you teach your dog how to heel, then you can do cool stuff like ride your bike and have them run next to you, and like it opens up some good doors for, come on Faithful, it opens up some good doors for being able to exercise them in other ways that are like really fun. What's here? You guys are like really interested in here. There's deer poop everywhere. Huh. Oh, maybe more playtime. Catch me if you can. Titus is gonna wait. We got you. I've said this before in some of my other videos. Like, Titus is he is a loud player, right? So it sounds bad when he plays, but he's just having fun playing. And sometimes that's all it is, right? So the spinny circles, right? So he's just having fun playing. And some dogs aren't vocal, like Faithful is not vocal at all, but Titus is super vocal. And what I'm actually watching is for his play, if it does get too much, I can correct him with the e-collar. But what are you doing, Goof? Titus can also let Faithful know what the boundaries are. Sometimes you'll hear his vocalizations go up a notch, and that's usually when Faithful's like nipped at his ear too hard, or she gets his jowls. She likes the jowls. So sometimes he'll correct her just verbally, like, hey, that's too much. Similar to, you know, what we do if we're wrestling with our kids. We can be loud and laughing and having fun. But if our kid punches us in the face, we're like, hey, what are you doing? Right? So it's just kind of the similar thing with Titus and Faithful when they're wrestling. Watching Titus. Correct. That was the phantom correction because there was poop over there. So we got the phantom correction for sniffing the poop and getting ready to eat some, which is gross. And again, I don't say anything just because I'm trying to communicate to him, hey, you don't need to do that, man. That's nasty, right? Sometimes when we put too much verbal stuff behind what we're doing, it actually ramps the dog up more. You know, so when you have people that are like, don't do that, blah, 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 and their voice gets real high, the dog gets more and more excited, especially if they're like eating something they shouldn't, and they just want to work that mess down quicker. And also, another great benefit to exercising your dog is I get exercise too. We get exercise too. I'm getting my steps in today. Especially back here, they have this pretty good hill that I have to walk up. That's good for me. So, they're going to exercise, they're going to go in, they're going to rest, take them out again, a couple hours, 3, 4 hours, do this again, give them dinner, rest, go out again, 3, 4 hours, rinse, repeat. So that is it. That is it for our walk today. Hopefully any of my random thoughts were helpful. And happy training. We'll see you next time.